Author. How did you go bankrupt? 2 ways. Gradually, then suddenly. What company is this? Early private investor in a major ride-sharing leader. Licensed to test more fully autonomous cars on California roads than any other company. Builder of a business model that can prosper in a future where many people own cars but do not drive, and others don't want to own a car at all. Recognized as the first company delivering a long-range, sporty electric car that the average person can afford. Willing to pay a massive premium to acquire Silicon Valley-based talent in order to win the long game of digital disruption in the automotive industry. Just received an investment of $2.25 billion from famed dealmaker Masayoshi Son at SoftBank. Google, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Uber, those would all be excellent guesses. The company is actually General Motors, a company that just 10 years ago required a U.S. government bailout to survive the global financial crisis. Today, GM is thriving in spite of the global automotive industry being rapidly transformed by the trifecta of digital innovation, electrification, autonomy, and sharing. Rewriting David versus Goliath. If the business world actually reflected the biblical story of David versus Goliath, established companies built over generations would struggle valiantly against the digital upstarts, but would be so visually impaired and unimaginative that they wouldn't be able to see the rock coming. Unicorn private companies from San Francisco, Shanghai, Berlin, and Tel Aviv would upend the status quo in industry after industry, leading to bankruptcy for established companies and unemployment for their workforces. In this updated version of the historic story, David Sling would be an artificially intelligent robot. We would all know how the story ends, but still enjoy reading about the heroic struggle these established companies mustered before their eventual demise. For some established companies, that is actually how the business version of David versus Goliath is playing out. Digital disruptors, such as the companies listed above, are well-funded, well-staffed, and heavily armed. They're not to be taken lightly. This is true whether the established Goliath is a global industrial titan with 100,000 employees or a local company that has been the lifeblood of a family for years with 10 employees. We've all seen that Blockbuster was destroyed by Netflix, Nokia was beaten by Apple, and that thousands of retail entrepreneurs retire early as Amazon gradually takes their customers away. This outcome is predictable if the news articles you read are to be taken at face value. We think something much more interesting is afoot. We call it Goliath's Revenge. Established companies are getting wise to David's strategy, tactics, and tools. They have seen some of their traditional competitors succumb to the digital attackers that are resetting the rules for their industries. Instead of waiting for their businesses to be disrupted by some Silicon Valley whiz kid, they're saying, why can't we use those same strategies, tactics, and tools for ourselves? Some are setting their sights even higher. They're simultaneously protecting their core businesses from digital disruption while also running the Disruptors playbook to expand into high-growth, adjacent markets. Goliath's Revenge is not just playing out within these established companies. The script is also being rewritten for the people who work in them. Senior executives, managers, and frontline staff alike are proactively reinventing themselves to ensure that they have lifetime employment, even in this period of disconcerting and rapid change. These employees are offloading routine tasks to computers instead of clinging to them. That mindset shift is allowing them to finally take on the higher value activities that they've never had the time to get to. These enlightened employees are stretching themselves to build the new skills their companies will require for a digital future, but may not even know to ask for yet. Before we jump into the new rules that govern how these established companies and their workforces are achieving Goliath's Revenge, let's dig deeper into how GM has been able to pull off the remarkable comeback referred to earlier. The resurgence of General Motors. There is no substitute for making mistakes early to build the breadth and